Today I'm going to show how easy it is to clean up recorded patterns using line pattern. Down here on my little practice piece I've got a few stencils I've drawn up in the past, that little tulip and then this feathery butterfly. I've only got half the pattern because that's all I need. Just mark half of it and then flip it and mark the other half. At least that's what I used to do before I got IQ. And then I've got this one again, it's just half the design because that's all you need. That's all I need to record. With this tulip, I've got the whole tulip here. I could actually just record half of it to here. And that's all I would need. So let's do that. I've marked them on this fabric. So now I'm going to record them and I'll do this tulip one first. So up here on the main menu, I'm going to choose Pattern Designer. It's disconnecting the motors and I'm going to record the pattern. It says hit start when you're ready to record. So I'm going to move my machine over to where the pattern is on my fabric and I'm going to lower my needle. Now very often I will stitch as I record just because the patterns turn out better when they're stitched, but today I'm just going to move the machine. So I've moved my needle down, I'm going to touch start and now IQ will record my movements. So I'm going to just move around the pattern and it will not be pretty. I'm going to do the whole thing even though I only need to do half. Oops. And I'm done, so I'm going to touch stop. Now if the camera pans up here you can see what a horrible recording that is. No amount of smoothing using the smooth feature is going to clean that up. So what I'm going to do is use line pattern to trace over this recording and clean it up. So the message here on the screen says now you can accept or restart the recording. I'm going to save it even though it's rotten. Engaging the motors, and I'm just going to save it, save the pattern, just so I have it in this bad form, and it's automatically giving me the name recorded. I'm going to put a space and then tulip, and I'm going to put it in this pattern catalogue called recorded. Okay, I've already got one in there, so yes, I will overwrite it. Okay, so now here's my horrible recording. I'm going to use line pattern to clean it up, so I'm going to go add edit pattern, add pattern, line pattern, and the pattern I want I'm going to choose from the catalogue. I'm choosing the arc, and my arc is in a catalogue I named building blocks. You may find it in your geometric catalogues, but that's all I'm going to use is arc. Continue. So I'm going to go over here, I'm going to touch OK, and I'm only looking at my screen, I'm not looking at the quilt or anything. Here comes the arc. Let's zoom out of it so we can see more. Now it's way too high, pattern height 2 inches, so I'm going to touch pattern height and then just tap the minus until the arc looks pretty reasonable for this part of the flower. I think, actually, let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, let's do the pattern height down a bit. Okay, okay, I like that. That's the first part. Touch OK. Now I'm moving my machine and I'm watching the image up here. Now that arc is too high, so I'm going to touch pattern height and reduce it. And just kind of move it. This is the first arc coming around here. This is the second one. Sometimes okay, let's go that. Then we'll come over here. Now the arc is going up and I want it to go down, so I'm going to flip Y. Let's bring this over here and I'm going to increase the pattern height. Alright. And I just kind of move the machine around until I kind of like the shape I can see, and then I touch OK. Now I'm going to come up here. Again, I need to reduce the pattern height so I get a nice curve. Okay, now I'm going to come this way, and the arc is going up and I want it to go down, so I'm going to go flip Y. I'm going to increase the pattern height so I get a nice curve there. Okay, now I'm coming this way. I need to flip Y. I like that. Okay, now I'm going to pan over a bit, and I'm coming down here. Pattern height, reduce it. Okay, it's gone to as far as it can to a straight line, and I think that looks pretty good, so I'm going to touch. Okay, now I'm going to go straight up for the stem of the tulip. Okay, let's pan the image again. Now I'm coming this way, increase the arc's height. Come up to here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, come this way, flip it so it curves in the right direction. Let's bring it up here, and I'll increase the height. So I'm using my bad recording as a kind of a template. Flip. Okay, I like that. Let's pan over again. Let's go out so I can see the bottom here. And I'm just going to go halfway. I'm not going to trace the whole design. I only need half of it. Okay, so now I'm going to touch finished. I've done half the design. Now my the cleaned up version is on top of the rotten recording, so I'm going to go add edit pattern, modify pattern, and I'm touching the original, continue, and I'm going to move that off to the side. So now you can see the cleaned up version. That looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do here is touch finished. I'm going to copy this half. I'm going to flip it X. I'm going to move the copy over here, and we'll zoom in so you can see the whole tulip. Basically see the whole thing. And that's not too bad. It's kind of fat here, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move it over a bit till I like that better. The other thing I could do is, let's move that back, I could tilt it slightly, but I think just moving it over. That looks better. And then I would go up here, so I'm going to touch finished. I'm going to go split, because those two lines overlap right there. So I'm going to split here, let's split that one, and I'm going to split here. And then I'm going to delete that and that. Let's go out. See the whole thing? Alright. And so I'm now going to combine those two halves. So combine patterns. This one, continue. This one, I need to swap the start end points. Continue. Finished. And now I'm going to save that pattern.